Good.
Good. All right. We are live, and the New York Mets are headed to the playoffs.
Crack them! Crack your Coors Lights, boys! Cheers, buddy.
Blue
To one of the
Mountains,
most
Blue Mountains.
ridiculous regular season I've ever seen in my life, and I genuinely think the greatest baseball game I ever watched. It was the most difficult thing I think I've ever been through. I'm sweating. It's like I went to actual war. And the fact that we came out on the right side of that one, I'll never forget it. I will never forget it as long as I live. And I have two words for you. Francisco Lindor.
Two more words. Is good. Bro. Good. That guy. Valuable? Valuable? Would you say he's valuable?
I would say he was maybe the most valuable. We had the Frank Fleming hate rally. We got Meek Mill in jeans. He's going home and fucking on the Mets bed tonight wearing jeans, folks. We got Zubaz from Clem. We had Lindor hitting fucking bombs. We had 6 innings in the fucking 8th, 2 in the 9th. That was a literal. This whole fucking season has been Major League, the movie, and that game was like a actual movie game.
You couldn't have asked for anyone at bat more at that situation.
I can't believe it. And I always think about when guys like him do that shit. I mean, can you imagine that not only does it have to break right for you to be up in the order and the guys on base.
Oh, the Marte single, so unappreciated.
Right. And then you do it. You walk up there going, everybody in the world wants me to hit a home run right now. And I fucking did it. Is the most insane thing in the world.
And everyone said, oh, that's a home run, except for Gary Cohen.
I'll never forgive him.
I'll never forgive him.
Positive vibes only right now, but Gary Cohen saying Lindor gets under one on a ball that was a fucking moonshot. Michael Harris didn't even have a shot at that ball.
I don't think Lindor even thought he got all that, though.
I don't know. That looked like a pretty fucking big bomb to me.
But you know what Lindor didn't have, but we had our Coors Lights, our Blue Mountains. When life gets hectic this season, choose chill and then reach for Coors Light. Like, say you're down 3-0 in your nightmare factory against a pitcher you cannot hit, and you have your season on the line, get a Coors Light because, hey, sometimes those Blue Mountains will chill you out and maybe you win.
Look how blue that mountain is, baby.
That's what I feel like right now.
It is a beautiful blue mountain.
Hey, what fall events have I enjoyed with the Coors Light in my hand? Clinching a playoff berth. Clinching a playoff. Cheers, sir.
Cheers to the playoffs.
To the playoffs.
And hey, I don't know what's gonna happen this second game. Don't fucking care what happens to this game. So either to the Diamondbacks or the Braves, whichever one of you guys are on the outside looking in. So fucking sorry. Yeah. Don't fucking care. I would love it. I would love it to be the Diamondbacks. Like to knock the Braves out.
Oh, to see but
I don't fucking care what happens.
To see Chris Sale not even start game 2 because apparently he has back spasms.
That's fucking crazy. After all this, to find out that Chris Sale is scratched. Thank God. I thought going into this.
Let me just say this, fellas. Feel it in your hands one more time. Fall feels good when you choose chill and then reach for a Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to with Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/believe. Celebrate responsibly. We're celebrating. Make no mistake about it. Celebrating until we take a little snooze because we're all.
I'm going to bed.
Shocked.
I'm going to bed at 7:00 tonight. I'm going home right after this. I'm going to fuck to sleep. I don't give a shit about game 2. Fuck it. I would love to end the Braves season. I would love to do it. If we can somehow do it with like a half squad because we're resting everybody, great. Everybody should get rest right now. That's what fucking matters.
Get them on a plane. Get them
to let them get.
I want to plane to somewhere. I don't care where.
Air Cohen,
bird in the air. I want the bird in the air.
Air Cohen up off the fucking ground and get him to Milwaukee and let's go. This shit was absolutely preposterous. I cannot believe that rally happened. I actually can believe that Diaz blew it, but then I cannot believe that he came back and closed it out.
Oh, God.
That was the craziest roller coaster I've ever fucking been on. And there's a lot of images from that ball game that are going to be forgot. That broken ball, that spun, that went fair somehow in the first inning. The Tyrone Taylor rally, when he started that rally. That Ozzie Albies ball, I thought was a grand slam that stayed in on the tiny fence. Yep. Even though that fence is like a foot tall in left field, it somehow stayed in the ballpark. There's a lot of shit that was that you can break down in this game that was absolutely unreal. But at the fucking end of it, Carlos Mendoza, Francisco Lindor, and Jose Iglesias were all hugging together. And those three fucking guys, they put the team on their goddamn backs and carried them to the postseason in a year that was supposed to be, we were talking about this being one of the worst years of our lives as Mets fans.
24-35.
24-35. Talking about it being worse than 03, worse than 92, worse than some of the worst years we've ever had. And it ends up being the most memorable, the most remarkable, with the craziest of circumstances to clinch, and the craziest game unfolds. I mean, that was maybe the greatest electric chair. I've been here for 15 years. It was the only good electric chair I've ever been part of.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've ever won an electric chair game like that in that
The
fashion.
Jets game against the Bills last year was after Rodgers tore his Achilles, so it's like the biggest empty win ever, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't give a shit about that.
I didn't even stay for the whole game.
I left. I don't fucking care. This to live through that with you guys. That was some Band of Brothers shit. I will never fucking forget that.
You say that too. I'll tell you, man, people in that room, they say when you win a championship together, nothing like it's ever the same. Well, that group of men, and Vibs, the boy, but that group of men experienced together in there, we went through something. There was a rite of passage we all went through together. The love, the man love that was felt, the hate rally, bonds.
Hate rally.
We had the Crips and the Bloods of Mets fans meeting in the middle, you hugging Frank.
Ma,
Beautiful.
you're on the podcast right now. We're live. What do you got to say?
I gotta say, I was actually crying. I don't think I can get caught. I feel a little woozy. That was when we were losing.
Dad texted me and said you're gonna need oxygen at some point.
He said what?
He said your mom's gonna need oxygen soon.
I mean, after we got the lead, I was talking to Brent, and I said, he's like, we still have to hold the lead.
Yeah, like that's not hard for the Mets to hold the lead in the late innings. You know what I mean? That never goes wrong. Oh, shocking.
Absolutely shocking that this is happening.
I'm gonna call you when we finish up.
Like it's been, like 40 years, I feel like, since they've been in.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the longest season of my life. It was absolutely unbelievable. Now I got Keegan calling me too. Let me talk to him real quick, okay, Ma?
Different generations.
Yo, what's up, buddy boy? The Mets did it. We're going to the playoffs.
Kings!
Let's go!
Kings!
Let's go! The Mets did it! Woo! How you feeling, buddy? Good.
Look at that.
Let me call you back as soon as I'm done with this podcast, okay? I love you, buddy. I'll talk to you soon. One more thing, yeah.
I am done because I already got to the Divine Beast when I have nothing, like no weapons.
Well, you're the man. I love it. Let's go.
Let's go. No weapons. No need for weapons.
Do a little bit, bud. Oh my god.
Two very different responses to the Mets, right?
Hilarious.
Someone who's
dude.
been through the wars like Mama Clance. This is probably one of his first baseball memories.
He's just calling me about Zelda. He doesn't even fucking
Oh,
know what's going on with baseball right now.
Oh, that's fucking perfect.
Shit, man.
And all right, so we'll do like a little recap of the game. I don't even know if the thoughts have to be processed, putting this puzzle together on the fly. Let me just say this, and I don't want to bring up the bad juju, but the Edwin Diaz not covering first would have been the thing we talked about for the rest of the offseason.
I mean, that's a play where he would have to come back next year and be his old self for me to like.
I don't even know if you'd be able to bring him back.
Yeah, like that's something where I would be very hard for me to forgive him for that, because it's just you just didn't care enough in the moment. Like you just weren't thinking in the moment. And
Yorkers get upset about that when you don't try in a big moment, or in like the tiniest moment. They get upset about that.
oh, half these guys. The camera was on the guys in the Braves dugout. They're just chilling, we're sitting here sweating, dying, bleeding, and they're like, I don't know, maybe we'll get out of it.
When I saw Jared Kalenic come out of the dugout, I almost started crying out of fear.
It's always
a storyline.
always Kalenic or Darno or somebody that's like, oh, that's going to be extra painful for you.
Yep.
And the fact that they got through it, I don't know if it was good managing or bad managing. You ended up on the right side of it, but it worked. I think Mendoza got talked into that Matt Harvey, Terry Collins style. Like, give me the
coming
fucking
back
ball,
out and then
back out.
staying.
Yes, and
Dude, I think
staying the
both
whole
of them.
time. So he had like 3 chances to take him out and left him in the whole time. And the thing about it is, like, he's up to 40 pitches.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't get that guy out, there's every chance he gets tired. You got to bring in Stanek with guys on base. You don't have
Slider
to keep hitting.
hangs because he's tired.
Right. Like so if you don't get through that is like a Carlos Mendoza, Grady Little situation, but he gets through it. So you push all the right buttons.
I have some breaking news. Take a wild guess who our game 2 starting pitcher is.
Eddie Alvarez.
Nope.
Oh.
The Churn is back!
Chirp. He's getting his moment. He got his moment.
That's hilarious. Joey Lucchese
Sure.
back for the start. I mean, the Diamondbacks fans are going to be just so fucking mad.
I mean, they're going up against Grant Holmes. The Braves are doing a bullpen game after
Oh my
their
God.
bullpen blew it.
I don't know what's harder because I legitimately like my eyes and my throat hurt from screaming. My head hurts. But sitting at home today, just waiting for this doubleheader to unfold, like knowing that your fate's in the balance would be torture.
God, yeah.
Today in that room, that's a new Saw. What are we up to? Saw 10, Saw 11, whatever we're up to in that franchise. You can just go watch that live stream because what we went through was cruel and unusual. That was sickening. I hope enough people fucking watch that because that better have been worth it because that was sickening.
Yeah.
That's mental torture. That's
Physical
what
torture.
Portnoy built this goddamn.
I know.
I'm kind of happy we won the way we did now that I think about it.
Well, yeah, now it's great. Now
it's
it's got all
great.
the momentum.
Because Francisco Lindor had his moment.
No,
Yes, he had his moment.
listen, Francisco Lindor has already had his moments with this team. That's
the moment.
That's a real moment. Like when we're as Mets fans, when we talk about like ordinarily when I say that was the best game ever, it's like we just won a game in August. Like we don't have much history.
Yeah.
But clinching a playoff spot with a bomb like that in a game that unfolded that way,
You're down
is
at that
all,
point.
yes, an all-time moment. And if there's anybody left that calls that man overpaid, overrated, whatever, that person, get the fuck
Just
off
trolls
my
at this
fam.
point.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
get the fuck out of here, man.
And it was. I mean, the guy does it with a bad back after an MVP season.
Underrated moment was him scoring on that tagging up as well. Because this guy, every step he's taken, his back is barking at him. He's
I was
diving
crawling
head
back to the
first.
dugout the day before.
Yeah, literally crawling on his hands and knees. And then he steps up today, scores a run, hits a bomb. I mean, just an all-time unbelievable baseball game. If you write a script and hand that to Hollywood with the way those 8th and 9th innings went down, you would say, nah, come on, this is so what? They score 6 in the 8th and they score 4, and then they come back and no, come on, let's get serious. And it actually unfolded.
And that's why you fucking like. I think all of us went into today being like, I'm completely prepared for game two being the only game that I truly can get excited for. And at that point, it would be game 1 you lose. And then game 2, like baseball's so stupid where it's like you could have this Laureano guy who gets cut by the White Sox and he goes 3 for 4 or whatever. He probably ended up 3 for 5. And it's just fucking bananas. It's like baseball. Like right now, the Braves could lose this game because like Luis Angel Killed
Never know.
Like at 3 triples.
Right.
today.
I want
Right,
to end their season.
You know what?
I
I
didn't
was
think
thinking?
about that. Oh my God.
Like there's enough people that are going to be sitting. There's probably a few guys out there with a couple contract incentives, a couple like I got to prove my way, whatever, who are like, I'm going up and taking this at bat for real. And what if they run into one and it's like a low scoring game and you hit like a 2-run home run? To end the Braves season would be, I don't care about it.
I care about
I
it.
care about it, but I'm saying I'm not going to get greedy.
Yeah.
So if it happens, that's fucking icing on the cake. But if it doesn't, like, so be it. That's fine. Whatever. They made it. They shoved it up everybody's asses, to anybody who consulted, to anybody who bailed, to anybody who thought they were frauds, to anybody who thought it was just a run. Like, they proved everybody wrong. And they did it for 3.5, like 4 months now. They're just a
Best team
good
in baseball
team.
since June
They're
3rd.
just a good team.
And the best part about winning game 1, we have our rotation set for the wild card. Severino game 1, Manaea game 2.
Right.
So we don't. If we had lost game 1, game 2, I would have been like a bullpen game.
That would have been
Game 1. If we
I mean,
could.
at this point, I just wanted to make it. I wasn't even going to.
Oh yeah, I agree.
About, your rotation.
No, it works out
But
perfectly.
to get that done with the big man in Atlanta, he was right there in the dugout, high-fiving everybody. Cohen's right there with his team. I fucking love that. It's pretty rare that an owner is on the fucking field, the dugout, for a game like that. Everything, man. Iglesias getting that base knock. I mean, Iglesias is the fucking. If it wasn't for Francisco Lindor, Iglesias would be
He's the magic man. There's no other way to describe it.
Yep.
He's just fucking magic.
How about the OMG mixed with the churf?
Yes.
Oh, my churf. I mean, we're going to have to make a whole new shirt with all the other characters on this just from that game alone. One of the most incredible things I've ever watched.
We got to shout out Tyler McGill for starting that game and giving us
6 out of the last 7 starts.
You did everything we could have asked. What, 5 2/3 innings, 3 earned
Yep.
runs. If you told me Tyler McGill was going to give us that today, I still probably would have said we lost, but I would have been like, you know what? That's
I
a
would as
respectable
well.
outing.
I would as
So we
well.
lost
And
3-0.
if it wasn't, he made that one mistake. If he didn't make that one mistake, it would have been a great fucking outing.
Yeah.
And then they don't touch Ottavino in the Ottavino inning, which is they're going to be kicking themselves about that if they lose.
Just
the
up,
game.
Brazaban got the one big out.
I was when I was in the studio and that happened. I was like, they're clearly punting now with Brazaban.
Yeah, that's what we were saying.
And the fact that we won with those guys pitching is absolutely insane. Really though, I'm trying to think of a more. I mean, I remember the 10-run inning against the Braves in the 8th inning.
There was the walk-off that in 2016, the Asdrubal Cabrera one that comes to mind.
Ezra Cabrera, but I mean that didn't.
That was versus the dead Phillies.
circumstances.
That was a dead Phillies team.
Yeah, that didn't.
We
have
needed that win, but the
circumstances.
Phillies did.
I don't think there's ever been that in my lifetime. I mean, 86 had its moments with the Astros, and then obviously the Red
What's
Sox.
this
But
for?
like,
What is it? The like big moments, like big hits.
yeah, they were just like comebacks. Like,
Oh
you know,
yeah.
we
We're only
came back
including
and then
regular
lost, and we
season,
came back
yeah.
again. Like, I don't think I've seen a
That's-
game that mattered like that, where we win ever in my life.
in the House of Horrors.
What?
House of
In the
Horrors.
House of
yeah.
Horrors.
Yeah, like every
Travis
time that shit
d'Arnaud-
happens, it's.
Travis d'Arnaud was the last out. We exercised the demons.
I hope that maybe it's like we have exercised the demons, and now you can go win like a regular team.
Because play Atlanta like win 2 or 3, lose 2 or 3. Don't get swept and make people question.
Right, just like it's just your regular baseball team now. Because I mean, I said if the doubleheader matters, we're fucked.
Yeah.
It's because we always are, and the fact that they it looked like they were, and then they come storming back. I mean, a 6-run 8th. Are you kidding me?
And
What's his name? The Braves closer.
Rosell Iglesias. He went 3 months without allowing a single run.
Rosell went from June. This was a hot nug from Jay Hay. He went from June, I think July 17th.
No, it was June.
Was it June?
It was right about June.
16th to September 6th without giving up a run. He gave up 2
I
today.
didn't know that one.
He got
Crazy.
pummeled versus the Dodgers. I think scoreless after that. And then
Crazy.
today, he cost them the game.
I mean, I don't blame him for going to him, just trying to end it. You know, both closers blow it, and then we come back.
And we keep our closer in after he blows it, after he gets the hit off of, after he doesn't cover first, and as you know, that guy's head is just swimming in it. I feel like he knew. Like, it's not like he's like, oh, this Kalenic guy. I think he's like, that's the guy I was.
That's the guy I was traded
Yeah,
for.
that's
I
the guy
know
that
the fan
went
base.
crazy.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So
Like-
now that it's over, do you think if the last week's games didn't get rained out, do we win either one of those?
Probably not. In regular fashion, if we just went up against Sale the way we were playing, we probably
lose.
just would have got swept.
And then yeah,
So shout out. Well, no, I don't want to say.
no,
A lot of bad things happen, but
I'll shout
I'm
out
saying-
the Atlanta organization. For,
Yeah.
you know,
yeah, well,
Shout out to Atlanta organization for fumbling how you scheduled that.
Yeah. Wow. I mean that is if that is a sign of things to come. Here's how I feel. Obviously, now you're in the postseason, eye on the prize. Anybody can win. That was an incredible moment, though.
Yeah.
If we lose to the Brewers and we walk away with that being the moment of our season, I'm okay.
I can live with that.
Like, obviously, it's a loser mentality. You want to go. And if, we lose in heartbreaking fashion or we give away the games, that'll suck. But if it's just like we play the series and we lost, and the only thing we get to remember is on the final game of the year, the final day of the year, double games, Francisco Lindor, like, puts the team on its back to clinch the playoffs. Hey, in a year that I thought we were going to embarrass ourselves.
You canceled 5 games in.
5 games in. 5
April
games
1st.
in. 5 games in. It's like, I am not doing it. And then I did it the whole fucking time anyway.
you're junkie. This is the life.
The amount of times people have said to me, you consult, why are you still watching? It's like, I never will stop watching. The
So-
consult doesn't mean anything other than me being right or wrong. I'm just still here because I'm addicted. It's a sickness. And I can be 22, 42, 62, 102. They can win, lose, whatever. I'm just not ever going to stop watching this team.
The baseball guy's like, oh, look, he's so cute. He thinks he has a choice.
Yeah, right. Like I have a choice in the matter. I'm going to do this till I'm fucking dead. And
So
at this
chose
rate,
us.
it's going to happen sooner than later.
So I have my money question of the day, and that is brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. Wild cards, such as the New York Mets, division championships, playoff positioning is all on the line. Teams throughout baseball are hunting for October. Even to this minute, the Braves are still trying to get there. Get in on all the action at DraftKings Sportsbook. The regular season may be winding down as game 162 of the last game, 162 was about to start. And DraftKings has you covered with same-game parlays, live betting, odd boosts, and so much more. If you're new to DraftKings, listen up. New customers bet $5, you get $200 in bonus bets instantly. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code BELIEVE. That's code BELIEVE for new customers. You get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. All right, so my money question of the day. Now that it's not even a question, I think we can all agree now, because I said this a couple weeks ago. Was this season a success?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
This season
This
is
season.
officially a success.
Yes.
Not only that, it'll live in our minds with that little special, funny feeling no matter what happens in the wild card round.
Bro, listen, beggars can't be choosers. You've had the good grace of winning a Super Bowl, multiple. I nothing good, truly,
Knicks, Jets, Mets.
has ever really happened to me. Couple Knicks runs that I'll remember, but even in those moments, like we got waxed by the Spurs and like we never had a shot.
Charles Smith still does
the
his
Jordan.
thing.
I was pretty young for the Rockets series, so that never really like hit the same. I've really not had many great, enjoyable, memorable, I'll never forget it sports moments, and that was one of them.
Mhm.
That's one of them. And so, yeah, if they lose, like that sucks. But for a fan base that most of us right now, this generation really watching, has not had much to remember good. That's a moment.
Our boy Phil was crying. We got tears. I believe.
I was close.
I
You had to let it out. You had to
for a
let it out.
game like that, like how
I was close. I was close myself. I probably would have cried if we lost. I
well, I was
I don't
crying.
cry
that
usually when we
too.
win. But
I mean,
yeah, I mean,
After the Albies double, I literally threw the bat.
I can't believe that wasn't a grand slam. I thought that was gone. I thought that was
I
gone.
threw the bat and I
The
went
bat-
to the green room, slammed the door, and I
Yeah,
had to,
you
like,
went fucking
decompress.
crazy, man. You were breaking all sorts of shit.
Frank went crazy. He broke some shit.
I didn't even.
Oh, was
see-
that Frank slamming things or you?
That was Frank's line. I just threw
Oh.
the bat. I slammed
Oh,
the
okay.
door.
Whoever it was. You guys were out of your fucking minds.
I mean, I didn't
Uh,
even know how we got Ozuna out. I didn't watch that.
yeah, no, that was kind of
I
crazy.
was
He
like,
just
oh, Ozuna
knocked
made the
you out.
last out. I have
Yeah, he
no
just
idea.
like
Wow.
settled in and got that last
I
out.
think the Braves are like, well, these fucking losers are done here. We've done our job against them again.
Yep,
and
yep.
maybe we'll break their hearts in game 2, right?
Yep. And you know that they were thinking that. Michael Harris was thinking that for sure. You know that it was about to be another generation of Braves players just shitting down our throats. Because for whatever reason, people hate the Mets, other fans, other teams. We should be one of the lovable losers that people want to see succeed. I don't know if it's because we're from New York. I don't know if it's because of loudmouths like me and Frank, whatever it may be. People hate the Mets and they like to see them lose, whether it's with the fans or the players. So I was ready for the Braves to want to end the Mets season. And the
I feel like after that ending where the Braves were like, you guys made us fucking sweat. Now we're going to shove it up your ass. That's what I was thinking.
Yes,
of
right.
when they
Like,
came back. I'm like,
cute little
now
comeback.
we woke
but-
up the giant now.
Yes,
right?
yes. And 35 years of my life in the past, that game always we end up on the short end of that one. So to me, that's a success. A season where we were 11 or whatever, 12, whatever games under 500, had some injuries, had a staff that nobody believed in, to make it is a success.
So now it's 99, 2000, 06, 15,
15.
22, 24.
And-
And granted, those are just the years we made the playoffs.
I
but,
know-
like,
We don't count 6. We made the wild card game in 6.
And I know.
oh, yeah, I don't.
That doesn't count.
See, I think this is better than.
Absolutely.
It's like all the OMG.
Yes.
all the
This
mean
was
teams.
so memorable.
2022, we had 101 wins, but the Braves like bearing down us. We never got to fully enjoy it. Like now, like we clinch, like we can enjoy it. Like we
You get a happy
we celebrate. We,
Yes.
Yeah.
we have the happy memory.
Yes.
Like,
That I
2022, there's
really
no like
miss.
it felt
We'll,
inconclusive.
we'll see what happens in the playoffs. You never know. But in 22, the way that the Phillies and I think the Mariners maybe were coming down the stretch, like battling
Yes.
and like
the Phillies didn't make it till last week.
right. And they like made it and they were so pumped. Whereas we were like wringing our hands, like, wait, please let the end of the season come. And I think we've seen enough evidence now that it's better to be this team than to be the team who's rusty and sitting at home and not playing. I mean, we've been playing playoff games for like 2 weeks.
Yes.
This
So
is
like
funny.
tomorrow is no different than yesterday and the day before. The Brewers are no different than the Philly series and the Braves series, So I think it's better to be this team unless, it remains to be seen. The day that like 105 win team makes the playoffs, gets the bye, and sweeps through everybody. Until then, I think it's better to be this team.
Rust versus rest.
Yeah.
Braves pitcher was only told 30 minutes ago he would be starting game 2.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's crazy.
Do you want to know what our the game's on right now? You want to know what our lineup is for game 2?
I was
Yeah, read it out loud.
So Acuna leadoff, Iglesias at third, Nimmo in left, Alonso at first. You figured out those two play. Marte DH, Taylor plays, Bader, Torrens, and Eddie Alvarez. So it's pretty much just Lindor and Alvarez.
I was
that are
gonna
out.
say that's not,
It's pretty
Alvarez was never gonna play double.
No.
So it's really just sitting Lindor.
the guy with the bad back.
Right.
And Vientos.
And the guy who Vientos.
Vientos, I'm
the guy who-
surprised. is
Then-
sitting.
That sack fly, underrated moment.
Yeah,
Yes.
huge to get that run in.
Yeah,
On,
definitely.
for both of them, Vientos to hit it and Lindor to
Just
have the
on
wheel.
a guy to
Harris.
on Harris's arm. Like
on
under
Harris's arm. I really fucking hope that Francisco Lindor cracks open a Coors Light, calls his family or hope they're there with him, and he has himself a fucking night.
Mhm.
Whatever kind of night he wants to have. Party night or
He was
relaxed
for
night.
tomorrow's game. That's fine.
Yeah, right. Honestly, like he fucking deserves it. I hope he knows. I hope somebody sends in this clip. I don't know where to look. That camera, this camera. Francisco Lindor. There are people out there who know how important you are. There are people like us who know. There are Mets fans at home who know. There's a couple loudmouths and a couple idiots and callers to fucking talk radio and online personas.
Bozos. They're bozos.
Clowns who talk shit. The rest of us know that you will go down in history as one of the greatest shortstops of all time, probably the greatest Met of all time. And you have done unbelievable things for this franchise and will continue to do so. And we fucking love you for it. And I hope you hear that enough, because God knows you hear the opposite of that enough. And you've heard a lot of that for a few years. I hope from today on you hear nothing but praise, because that's what you fucking deserve.
Bill said he was hoping he would just like have a bottle of champagne on the
The
bench
dugout.
too.
By himself.
Just drinking
Just
it.
me. Just me.
That's
By the way, that Major League Baseball shit, they can suck a dick.
Yeah.
we should have just been popping champagne anyway.
I get what they're saying. So Major League Baseball said, we don't want either team to do a champagne bath. I guess you probably run into like real issues with like alcohol and playing games and shit like that.
I mean, Doc
Probably-
Ellis.
I know. But like, back in the day, it was no big deal. But I bet you run into like an issue with like the Diamondbacks being like, is Pete Alonso drunk right now? Like,
Hey, he's actually drunk
Oh,
for game 1.
I can understand why that's an issue, but also like suck my dick, put the goggles on, celebrate it. Fuck it. I mean, I guess they didn't, right? They're gonna wait. How weird is it gonna be if they lose and then pop, like, you pop up, it's the final out and pop bottles anyway, like whatever.
This team just can't get one just nice release, nice celebration.
I know, they deserve it,
22, we
man.
didn't have it for all the reasons you mentioned. And now this year it's this weird fucking, and it's like it's MLB's fault. It's like you guys are the reason we're here.
Right,
It's like-
right.
So fuck them. That's what I say. Fuck them. We're all gonna fucking celebrate tonight. And again, celebrate. Go to bed.
Responsibly.
7:00 tonight.
And then
have some Coors Light.
we'll see.
Where we going, Milwaukee or San Diego?
Yeah, do you guys have a preference? Because I honestly don't. I'll ask the baseball sicko.
So-
I think that the Brewers have gotten no respect this year. Nobody's talked about them like at all, at least in our world. Maybe in Phil's weird baseball world, they're talking about them. So I don't mean that. I think that like that's bad. Like you don't want to face those guys. However, I just, for the sake of, I can't do it to San Diego again. Can't, you know what I mean?
You have to relive.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I want to like let's go to Milwaukee and play there. Maybe we have new demons that come about,
Yeah.
but I don't want old demons.
Yeah.
So-
And Milwaukee just had a little bit of fun,
Yeah.
making us make these games matter.
Right.
Let me ask you based off this. So if we play Milwaukee, those games are at 5 o'clock. If we play San Diego, those games are at 8. Who do you want to play?
Milwaukee.
Simple as that.
Milwaukee. Yep. That's a good one.
So I guess we'll see where it shakes out from here. Again, game 2. Since it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, of course, I'd rather win.
Yeah,
So if we win, who do we face?
San Diego.
Sorry.
So I think we lose now.
So 8 p.m., but you just ended the Braves season.
That's pretty nice.
Small price to pay.
San Diego.
You know what?
back
Actually,
to
yeah.
Cali.
I mean, beating the Braves. This feels like beating the Braves in a playoff series.
Mhm.
You played them 2 games. You know what I mean? It's like you won. It's almost like the honestly, it's like the wild card series. It's a 3-game series. You beat them twice.
It's redemption.
Wild
So we
card.
it's a wild card.
Draw 4.
So we kind of beat if we win today, even though it's crazy circumstances, it's basically like eliminating the Braves from the playoffs the same way that the wild card round is going to be. So I feel like that's having a playoff win under your belt. So I guess I would prefer that. And then we go play San Diego at 8.
I'm just gonna let it play out.
I mean, the biggest hater in the fucking group text, the thing this kid writes, he wishes upon people. He's just gonna. I don't really care what
You
happens.
just ask the question and then you just bow out.
Let's just see how it plays out.
What? I already
Come on,
asked the money question of the day. You can't ask another
We'll
money.
come out on top either way.
I just hope everyone has fun. Is that
Yeah,
what-
hope everyone has fun. Hope there's
Oh.
no injuries.
Both teams play hard, man.
But let me just say this. I said it on the live stream. Watching all those old Braves fans who, again, like
Ugh.
5 years earlier were SEC fans, Surrender Cobering from Auburn or
Just
Georgia, where the
Puke.
Imagine
Those
being
fans are
a Braves Georgia fan the last 3 days for you. Oh,
just a bunch of fucking hillbilly assholes who just talk shit and you just fucking hate them. I love seeing their faces like, oh, like what's happening?
honey.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Oh, I just swung back in anymore. Oh, that Iglesias. I thought he didn't give up a run, honey.
Oh,
oh,
that
and
feels
also, I was told the Big T was chopping after
I bet.
after that eighth
You only
inning.
had, I was
And the video hasn't been seen yet. Jack McCarthy said he had the video of it.
Where
I
was
didn't get
he?
to see it in Chicago.
Oh, that's right. He's in Chicago now.
Yeah.
Vibbs was in our room and he was being very respectful for a guy who wants to still cheer for his team, but also knows that he's from Indianapolis. So he's not
And
really.
he also knows who he's in a room with.
Yeah.
You're not in a room with normal Mets
Well,
fans.
I mean, you brought the tank erupted on him a couple times. Shut
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck up. Which when he's shutting the fuck up someone else.
Yeah.
and shut the fuck up Frank is the
Motherfucking Kathleen Kennedy.
the hate rally will go down in history. Put it in Cooperstown.
Legit, my head like hurts.
It was honestly amazing to watch you and him after all the battles over the
know.
years just
I know.
hug it out.
Maybe that's what we find to get it done is like our powers.
Turn the-
Right.
And the Mets were like, "Oh shit, we're the good kid right now," and they just they didn't stop hitting the ball. He did that, Kev. You were gone. You said you were downstairs. Like, do I leave this whole fucking?
I almost left. I was like, Keegan had baseball practice and we were fighting over who was going to bring him. It was a whole thing. And I was like, all right, I got to go. And then I was like, I can't leave this. I cannot leave this. And I came back in as Alvarez drove in the first run. And I was like, here we go.
Frank was like motherfucking sitcoms. You're like, what's going on?
He all of a sudden he said like the writer of the Andy Griffith show is Stalin. And I was like, what is happening right now?
That's Kev. Just
You guys
let
were
it
like,
go.
just, yeah.
Writer Andy
I
Griffith.
looked at you. You went, this is a good thing. And I was like,
The
I'm
Andy
not gonna
Griffith
ask
show
you
is
any more
Stalin, and there's Marte moved runner over to third.
It was amazing. He went at the Andy Griffith show because they played the song in the background, and then Jenks kind of knew he had him going, so he's whispering,
Yeah,
Frank,
riling him
Frank,
up.
what do you think about the Simpsons? He's like, fucking Lisa Simpson this, Lisa Simpson that, and then Kennedy was catching strays. It was all placed. The Tonight Show hosts were all getting motherfucked. It was a beautiful moment. Every single Mets fan, and like after that, Diaz then blew the save.
I know.
And had us all ready to jump off bridges, and then we take the lead, and then we're running the fucking Diaz. Even if Diaz came back from that, but then blew the save in the ninth, again, I don't know how we bring him back here. Like you have to, you have to because he's so good when he's on, and he's paid so much money.
Yeah,
I think with that, it kind of also shows on the one line thing. I don't know if you can trust him with multiple laps in the playoffs.
I never really did. I never really did.
If you look at
When he's
all of
on,
his
I still
blown-
think he's bad in 5 and 6 out situations. He did. He was lights out against the Phillies, though. We had
know.
Diaz back for a second.
A majority of his blown saves, I feel like, have all been like the 5 innings.
Always that.
5 outs.
And the real thing about it that sucks is pretty much right away.
Yeah.
Like if he throws a ball like the first batter, it's like, oh, okay, never mind.
It's-
Have it.
It's not where like he's tired in the second inning. No, he blows it that first inning.
He also works really fast. He almost needs to like slow down sometimes because he works fast. And I'm like, bro, you're not pitching good right now. Stop. Take a minute. Or whatever. It doesn't matter because you erase it,
Over.
He spiked the glove. He did the celebration. And now we go back into it.
He spiked the glove. I didn't
He
see that.
Threw it
I
down.
was spiking whatever the fuck
Scream.
eyed around me at that
Yeah.
point, I'm sure.
He was in Alvarez's face together. They were just screaming. It was awesome.
And now, then Mendoza, he believes in his guys. You can
Yeah,
show all those
He
narratives.
gets to say, "I knew it. I knew it." Oh man.
Stuff.
Oh, let's cue the motherfucking music.
Enjoy it, Mets fans. Enjoy tonight. So, you might be listening to this on Tuesday. Enjoy the next few hours before the fucking again. We're
The
going
rest for the
straight
weary,
into the
man.
playoffs. We probably don't have a closer for at least the first 2 games, maybe.
Jose Butto, it's your time.
Yeah. Hey, knock that rust off of Diaz, right? There ain't no
Yeah.
rust on that arm right now.
Yeah.
40 pitches and pitched the night before as well. So
Get your shirts, the official playoff shirts. Got every fucking meme, every big moment. Phil, throw the flag up. Shout out to Jose Iglesias.
Gotta believe.
Gotta believe.